Arc Raiders developers cashing in, Football Manager 26 roller coaster, and Netflix bidding for Warner Brothers video games. I also tackle a report that claims gaming will finally crawl out of a pandemic slump, but you already know that most of reports are fake and are paid for. No, I don't have any proof for that, but don't you dare to call me Conspiracy Ken. Anyway, the hottest game in the last few months must have been Arc Raiders. About a year and a half ago, Arc Raiders was just another whisper in the extraction shooter sewer. Since the release, their Steam charts look like a hospital heart monitor attached to a cocaine giraffe, and they achieved all this in a way that would give every armchair CFO on Reddit a heart attack. I was one of them, but I'll never admit it. This is not a report, this is your game loop. Remember when Embark Studios promised Arc Raiders for the price of Jehovah Witnesses flyer? You got it, it was supposed to be free. Then somebody at the studio looked at the free-to-play model, spat on it, and slapped a $39.99 sticker on the box. Haters called it dead on arrival and asked who pays for extraction shooters anymore. The genre used to be for masochists who enjoy dying faster than a diet trend on Instagram. Then the game released, and every day hundreds of thousands are ignoring their jobs and their hygiene to scrap giant robots that look like they were designed by Tesla's psychotic cousin. Arc Raiders sold more than 12 million copies, and at $39.99, oh boy, that math is wild and violently erotic. But the funniest part of this monster release is the slaughter of the two lumbering titans that got released around the same time. Battlefield 6 is now a $70 screensaver, while Call of Duty got ghosted harder than a Ubisoft NPC. Did Embark make the best decision in gaming history? Absolutely, and it's the most offensive success story you've ever heard. It's not only Activision and Call of Duty. Another giant of video games is testing its fans' patience, but luckily for them, they got no rivals, unless you count Excel and Power BI. After Football Manager 25 got canned, Sports Interactive spread the gospel that the 26th iteration of this legendary title would be the best spreadsheet experience since your first accounting class in junior college. All of us Sean Dyche wannabes were ready to lose another 3,000 hours screaming at virtual teenagers for not tracking back and ready to name our firstborn Brexit Ball. But then Football Manager 26 beta dropped with more problems than a West Ham's lineup, and the main game released with more issues than Ruben Amorim's tactics at United. The gaming forums exploded with insults and calls for boycott, while the list of bugs grew longer than the average League 2 transfer saga. Football Manager 26 plummeted to the 7th place on Steam's all-time worst games list, but miraculously it went up on the top sellers list, and the player count in Steam's lobbies got crowded like Chelsea's locker room. Is this game too big to fail? Are we all coming back to it even if it's a mess? I don't know, man. 442 is my only therapy, and I'm not giving up until I win the Champions League. While my shrink still tries to wrap around his head how could I lose hundreds of hours staring at a glorified spreadsheet while hating math at the same time, another Hollywood studio is searching for a sugar daddy. Perhaps you've heard that Netflix is in race with Paramount to swallow iconic Warner Brothers, including their video game business. The company that can't make a good video game wants to own the rights to rip someone's spine out with Sub-Zero. But here's the kicker in this deal that's funnier than a sitcom laugh track. While Netflix was all sunshine and rainbows about acquiring the film and TV side, they reportedly didn't attribute any value to the video game division. So they bid for Hogwarts Legacy, Mortal Kombat and the rumor Batman game and instantly called them trash. Haters would say Netflix bid for Warner Brothers games for $0 and still overpaid. But what is the last Netflix game you played? You need to Google their games and wait for a few minutes to get the results, because even the search engine is confused. So far their gaming strategy has been about as effective as my dating, and now they finally got some decent IPs to fumble. While Netflix is wrestling with Paramount over Warner Brothers, the nerds who like big numbers, spreadsheets and slideshows dropped a report that made me extra spicy, and I promise not to hold anything back. They're telling us the gaming industry is about to rise from the ashes of its pandemic slump, but the details of this recovery are so twisted they make the plot of Angry Birds look like a documentary. Unless you've spent the last couple of months under the rock, you know that PC prices are going up, and that many components are on long back orders. So how will an industry currently held together by duct tape, DDR4 scraps and Jensen Huang's leather jacket lint manage to grow? The answer is mobile in-app purchases and more inflation. You heard that right. This recovery is not about you. It's about their bottom line built on the shattered dreams of your gaming rig. Because these folks have introduced a new term, a cloud PC. A PC that you rent, not own. Cloud gaming is going to finally get its grimy little hands on our data, and we're all gonna be swimming in subscription-based virtual nirvana. So cheers to the recovery. This was your Game Loop. Thanks for watching.